All right, what's up? Welcome back. This is the second video in the SEO fundamentals series for local businesses. Today, we're talking about PPC versus SEO. To start, let's just quickly define what those two things mean. PPC stands for pay per click. It's usually referred to paid ads, both in Google or platforms like Amazon, for example. And SEO stands for search engine optimization. Again, when we say SEO, we're really talking about showing up on the organic listings for any given query on search engines like Google. Let's just start off with another meme here. When we typically, when clients come to us and they're worried about PPC versus SEO, this is kind of the sentiment that they have. Understandably, because they have a limited budget, they want to know how to best allocate that budget, whether they should go for PPC or whether they should go for SEO. And I think where we want to start here is understanding exactly what PPC is and how it works, and then and taking a look at some examples. So I've just brought up here a search called NYC Painters. Let me just make sure it's big enough. NYC Painters has a volume of 1,900 searches a month, and it has a CPC of $4.41. CPC stands for cost per click. Yes, you got it right. So when you say pay per click, you're literally paying every time somebody clicks on your link. And cost per click is how much that costs. So every time somebody clicks on the sponsored link right here from Thumbtack, they are paying roughly $4.41. This is a rough estimate. It's probably a lot more expensive than that per click, but you get the idea. So there's a ton of ads on Google now. Here you can see the sponsor section for the Google Guaranteed. This is a local service ad, the LSAs. And here it's a similar system, but instead you're paying per call. So every time somebody calls your phone, you're paying, I believe, $50 to $75 or something like that. The sponsored section here, this is the search ads. This is the paid search ads. And Thumbtack, again, if I clicked on this link, they would pay $4.41 or probably more. There's also search ads on the bottom here for CertaPro, and they're also paying per click. Another example here, Queens Painters. Queens is just a a borough here in New York City, and the volume here is 210 searches per month, and the cost per click on here is a little bit higher at $6.21. Again, these are very rough estimates. It's probably higher than that per click. Here we have the LSAs here, pay per call. Sponsored listing here, find a painter from Thumbtack again. And then we have the local map pack, which also has pay per click paid ad spots now, where you can pay to show up on the local maps. And this is also a pay per click, right? So if I clicked onto here, they would pay for that. Beneath that is the organic listings. And this is what people are referring to when they say SEO. This is what we're really looking at, the organic listings of any given query. Now, the real difference between the two, as you can imagine, is this. PPC, you are paying to catapult your listing to the top of Google. You're paying Google essentially to get that luxury, to get the fast pass, to get up to the top, to show people your company, your website, by obviously, again, paying Google. Now, what that means essentially is this, all right? The difference between SEO and PPC is this in a nutshell. PPC is instant. All you have to do is pay Google and you get instant traffic, but then you're constantly having to pay for that. And it can get very expensive, as you can imagine, right? If you're paying $6, $7 per click, all those clicks are not going to turn into conversions, especially if you have a shitty website. You need a good website. You need a good landing page, sales psychology in place, marketing, best marketing practices to really utilize those clicks effectively. But if you don't, you're wasting money a lot of the times on these clicks. Every 100 clicks, let's say, turns into a lead form. You do the math. How many clicks does it take? How many lead forms does it take to actually get a paying client? And then you can work backwards. How many clicks do I need to pay for, essentially, right? SEO is free traffic, meaning you don't have to pay Google every time somebody clicks into your link. However, it's not instant. There's a length of time that you need to invest and do the proper SEO optimization so that eventually you're showing up for money keywords like NYC painters. All right. And if you watch that first video, you'll understand why this is the case. All right. Google, again, just to recap, Google wants to present legitimate businesses to their users. If any website could be made in a day and be launched to the top of Google, they wouldn't be serving the best possible results, right? They just need to make sure that your business is a legitimate business. It's been around for some time. You have positive reviews, you have mentions across the internet, you have content demonstrating your expertise. So you need all these things to demonstrate to Google that you are a legitimate business, but you can bypass that by paying Google. All right, so that's the main difference. And to drive this home, it can take some time. And that time, by hiring an SEO agency, it can be sped up, obviously, by feeding information to Google that you are an authoritative, legitimate, trustworthy source. But there's, SEO is an investment, is a longer term play, investing into your business so that eventually you don't have to pay for Google. All right. So what's my take on this for local service businesses or any business looking to invest in both? I think it's good to do both. All right. I think it's good to do both PPC and SEO at the same time. Why? Well, PPC, you get to shortcut the line. You get to get that exposure, get people to visit your site. Granted, assuming that it's a good site, you get people to get onto your site and then get traffic leads right away. But on this, at the same time, what you need to be doing is you need to be investing in SEO as well, because you can't be paying Google forever. You can't be paying for all these clicks, these expensive clicks forever. You can't build a business on top of that. So it's good to do both. In the short term, do some PPC. Meanwhile, investing in some SEO, doing the SEO on the back end so that eventually you can wean off the PPC, stop paying Google for your traffic, and then get that traffic organically. Now, there are some use cases of doing PPC runs, PPC campaigns. For instance, we have accounting firm clients right now that it's tax season. They want more tax customers. They want more tax preparation customers. They want to be more visible for specific searches. Maybe their location reach is a little bit wider than what they're optimized for on search. So you might pay for that extra exposure. That's great strategy. I would encourage everybody to do that. If you have deals going on, if you have, for instance, if it's a slow season, it might be, for a painting business, if it's a slow season, you might be running some ads, you might be running some PPC just to fill in that gap. When it's busier, you don't need to be paying for that traffic because a lot of people are searching for you anyway. So there's use cases where it's great to do both, but overall, generally, what you want to do is PPC for the short term, again, campaigns, or if you're just a brand new business and you want, the first set of clients, the first core business right away, PPC is good. But over the long term, SEO is definitely the better marketing strategy and the better traffic source. Driving it home with another meme. All right. So I hope this is driving the point home. One last thing I want to show you before I go, and hopefully this will kind of get your brain working in a different way. Real estate on search engines is a real thing. So if you think about it, as soon as you land into Google by searching NYC painters, the first things that you're seeing are all ads, right? You're seeing the LSAs, you're seeing this, you might be seeing a couple of organic listings, but then you're presented with the map. And as we see here, the map can also have paid listings. So a lot of the real estate on a search engine results page for any given query is taken up by ads. But if you're like me, and a lot of people are gearing, are a lot of the younger demographic are going towards this direction. If you're using an ad blocker, such as uBlock from Chrome, and you reload this query, you don't see any of the ads anymore. You don't see any of the ads, and the biggest thing that takes up the most real estate is the local service map pack, is the local map pack. So if that's the case, you can now kind of put two and two together and realize that, yeah, PPC can sometimes not be as effective as SEO, especially if a lot more people are using ad blockers these days, because the only results that are going to be served up to them are the organic results, as you can see here. And what's really important here is after, if this is the path people are going to take, how do people then determine who to choose? It's probably the first, second, and third results on a page. And then especially here, if you're on the local map pack as well, that's even better. You're just taking up more real estate for that keyword. You're going to be getting a lot more traffic, a lot more business, and a lot more leads. So yeah, so that's my take on PPC versus SEO. Hopefully this makes sense. And from a marketing standpoint, how to structure your marketing, how to allocate your budget, what that kind of play, that marketing strategy looks over the course of like 12, 16 months, which is how I would plan it out. And where to allocate your budget. Once again, if you have campaigns, if you have short-term sprints, PPC. For the longevity of your business, I would do SEO. Real quick before I sign off here, if you watched that first video, I had that little thing at the end that said SEO is essentially a giant checklist. Well, I'm making that checklist now. When I release this video, I should have a link in the description to access this checklist. It really has everything that you can go into from a high level. We go into on-page, off-page, technical, content optimization, keyword research. So we get into a lot of things. It's all backed up by different resources that I trust. These are all big name SEO agencies, big name SEO tools in the industry. So, it's more resources for you to kind of learn and implement this into your own business. So I hope you enjoy this video, and see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.